Hello teacher, today I'm gonna present my project description. My name is Jose Manzano and my project description is a task manager app based on desktop. So here in this app you can list the task, create a task, delete task and generate reports. So here I'm gonna show you some objects that I'm gonna use. So in this case is task ID, title of the task, description, the assignment of the task, the due date, the priority, and the status. And the only one which we are using like integer type is task ID because it's a primary key and unique name. And also the due date gonna be like type date because we're gonna handle dates there. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the requirements and functional requirements that my task application have. So in this case, when you create a task, you will be able to add a title in the app, a description, assignment, a due date, and priority and status. So also, for example, here some rules are the title and description are mandatory. The due dates must be a future dates and should not be like kind of past date or the actual date. And priority should be low, medium, and high. Also, the ID is generated automatically by 10 digits type integer. So in the read task, so here we can view all the information listed in a form. So here we can see like the task ID, title, assignment, due date, priority, and status. So some of the rules that I have here is the data should be clarified, formatted, and it should notify all the registered data. For the update mode, here like basically we're gonna be able to edit our task. So some of the rules that I have here is that the due date should be like remain valid. It should be show us like confirmation error or confirmation pop up saying that the task exists or not, and the status always should be have this kind of stage, which is pending, in progress, or completed. And also for the part of delete or remote task, I have that some rules that I have is like I have to give them a confirmation message to ensure that where the user is, if the user is sure to delete their task. I'm gonna start listing some non-functional requirements for upscale my app. So in the case that if most users want like join or use my app, so in this case should be I am using like usability and scalability and maintainability rules. So for usability, I say that it should be user friendly, the graphical interface should be the same, it should be responsive, adapted to different devices, computer, laptops, smartphones, and different type of screens. Uh, the data should be have a clear visualization of the data. Also for scalability and maintainability, I have that it should support millions and thousands of tasks at the same time. It should have a high concurrency usage access. Also, we should implement a cloud database storage for global use. We should to have like modular architecture and version control kit to keep and tracking all the data, all the changes that we're gonna do in our app. So I'm gonna show you like a little bit of the demo of the process of the data storage that I'm gonna do. So in this case, like for the prototype, I'm gonna do based on memory storage. After the memory storage, let me show you. So here, so first I'm gonna create like a list type task. So in this case, I'm gonna store all the data for testing purposes. After everything is set, I'm gonna move on to a file type file storage. So in this case, we're gonna use a type txt file. Also, we are gonna have like a file loader class, which we're gonna be able to add certain functions to read, delete, update, listing, and all the CRUD uh, steps. So finally, everything is done. We're gonna process to SQL database integration. So in this case, I create here how we're gonna look like the SQL database with the type ID type integer and all the type of data that we're gonna use in our SQL. And also for the operations, we're gonna use like SQL queries to get the data. Uh, So I'm gonna show you a little bit of my main layout of structure that our data we're gonna have. So here I'm gonna show you the add and update tasks. So as you can see here, like the user will be able to like fill up the fields and like typing the data. Also here we could like update the fields like based on, and we're gonna look based on data ID. So here, like this is the main layout that we're gonna use for this application in this case. So for delete task, we're gonna like select by each task by ID, and then we're gonna process to delete, and giving us a confirmation message after it, and the report task or the view general task gonna be like something like this. So now I'm gonna process to some user stories. So for example, here a user he wants to add task. So in this case, he have to follow this kind of steps. So in this case, is the system should be prompt which field files are required. Also, the system should be have like 10 digits ID generated automatically for the ID, and the record should be inserted in the database, and the confirmation should be displayed after we create a new register. And when we start to update in the task, we have to select by ID. Also, the system have to display the task details. The user have we should be able to edit all the fields, and also the database should be updated by our query, and it should give us a message of error or success after it. For delete task, in this case, like the user wants to delete that task, so we have to delete it by ID. We have to give it to the user a confirmation prompt displayed. Also, we have to do a query verifying if this task exists or not, and also we have to give them finally a confirmation show. And for the task report, so basically the user could create like any kind of report. So in this case, like we have to select like which kind of report he wants based on SQL queries. So for example, he wants the 100 first task that he have to complete. We have to create a query, and we could like display it. So the result should be displayed in a format table. That's the rule, and should be give us a message of success of error if the data exists or not. And finally, here I have my UML diagram. So in this case, I say that the actor user he wants to create a new task. Also, we have to add the user, and here all the fields that our task have. So the title, description, assign, the due date, and the status. So here, this is the process of create of my add task. Here, in this case, where we see that here I have our diagram for view. So here say like the actor user, he wants to view certain part of the task. He create view the task. Okay, in this case I have the update part. So here the user, he wants to update certain register. He have to like first select if exists or if not exists this case. If exists, like we process and we select by ID, and we confirm if this part exists, this field exists or not. If it exists, like we continue and we'll go ahead and edit the task. And finally, the delete. The user, he wants to delete certain task. So in this case, he deleted, and we confirm if the user, if the ID of the task exists. If it is, we continue. We'll go ahead and give them a confirmation error. If not, we start a booklet right here. So thank you so much. And this is my project description presentation. Thank you.